เล็กๆมาสับได้สับได้
Okay, let's see here. Thank you for the tea, by the way. Use the glass.
so hot so hot
So hot?
so hot
So hot? How hot?
ไว้ถึงน้ำ
Oh, that hot. Oh.
เดี๋ยวก็ฟังคนอื่นแล้วงงไว้ถึงน้ำชา
Say, when I pick it up, you say, be careful,
ไม่เข้าใจ be careful อ๋อ
be careful, it's hot. Be careful, it's hot. Oh, oh, thank you. Whoa, 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 whoa.
เข้าใจคิวรีบพูดไปหน่อยเข้าใจความหมาย
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search. A short search. And took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks. I'll move this over a little bit. In 2 weeks. The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks. Okay.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
Right, very good. Good job. The boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks. Okay.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
Right, very good. He found them after a short search. Short search. And took them to the checkout desk. Desk. Little bit of a K at the end. Desk. Not a big K, but a desk. You have to finish the word. Okay.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books in the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
He was to return them in 2 weeks. He took 3 books on the history of Thailand. In other words, 3 books about the history of Thailand. Okay.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
Right, very good. Good job. Okay.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
Right, very good. After a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks. Okay.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
Right, good job. Okay, go ahead.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
Very good. Good job. Excellent. Go ahead, sir.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search and took them to the checkout desk. He was to return them in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Very good. Okay.
The young boy went to the library to borrow 3 books on the history of the Thailand. He found them after it search
Short
search
short search.
and took them to the checkout
Desk.
that he was
He was to return
return them in 2 weeks.
right in 2 weeks. Right. Very good. The young boy, okay, he was a freshman in high school, 12, 13, went to the library where all the books are stored in the library. To borrow, to take for a short period of time, not to keep forever, but to borrow for a period of time and then bring them back. Borrow. May I borrow this? Yes. May I borrow your pen? I need to write a few words. Yes, of course. And then give the pen back. Borrow. 3 books on the history of Thailand. He found them after a short search. He came in the library, he looked through, oh, history of Thailand, looked through, history of Thailand, and history. A very brief period of looking around to find 3 books on the history of Thailand. So after that short search, he took them to the checkout desk. The lady said, okay, chunk, chunk, chunk. 2 weeks, please bring them back. Okay. He took them to the checkout desk, and he was to return the books in a 2-week period. In 2 weeks, bring the books back to the library. Are there any questions about the words? Any questions about the words or the meaning of the words? What is a search? A search.
Find out. Look.
Look.
Look for chocolate.
Look for something. A search. I'm searching for my bag, my little my suitcase. Has anybody seen my suitcase? Oh, he's searching, and he finally found it. Search. Look. The police are searching for the robber of the bank. Looking everywhere. Search. Any other questions about that?
Check out desk is library desk.
Is what?
Library.
เช็คเอาท์เดียก็คือการเอาสแกนเข้ามาในบริเวณควบคุมคอนโทรลไลบรารี
Checkout. The checkout desk would be where you go. Once you have the book, you would take it up and say, this is the book I want to borrow. Put it down and they give you a little piece of paper or a receipt or something that has the return date. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, bring the book back to the library. So that the library knows that those 3 books are in your possession. You took the books. So if they're looking for the 3 books, a month from now, they know where to look. You borrowed the books and didn't bring them.
She want to know. She want to know the person control library.
Oh, the library, the head of the library.
Librarian,
The head of the library.
librarian, okay.
Right.
Librarian.
The head of the library. The manager of the library. If you don't bring the books back on time, what happens?
He will be fined.
He will be fined. Exactly. F-I-N-E. A fine.
10 baht.
10 baht? So why bring them back? Just don't forget it. 10 baht, no big deal. But yeah, you would pay a fine. You can pay a fine for the book in the library that is late. You can pay a fine for speeding on the highway. The police stop you and give you a ticket, which you must pay a fine. You would be fined for speeding, or parking in the wrong place might end up with a ticket, and you must pay a fine. It's in a sense a monetary money punishment. 100 baht, 500 baht, 1,000 baht, I don't know. But if you're speeding, it could be, depending on the speed, 1,000 baht, maybe something.
Teacher, I will tell you something. In Chiang Rai University, if the student come there in the class, they have a box to verify 2 baht for 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes, wait.
Yes. And after that,
5 นาทีเหรอ
5 นาที
I'm looking for a box.
แล้วก็ไปทำ
โห
บุญ
ดไปเปล่า
You get a lot of fine for Miss Bird.
If I put in other words, if I put a box here, and students were late for the class,
เขาต้องบอกว่าเกินกำหนด
I could charge maybe 5 baht a minute. 5 baht a minute. 5 minutes, 25 baht. 10 minutes, 50 baht. I'm going to get a box.
At the end of the month, the teacher will collect the money to donate.
donation to donation
Donation. That's crazy.
donation
Yeah. I donated to myself. I'll donate it to me. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. I'll get a box and bring it in.
you get that
Every 5 minutes,
ร้อยนี่สิต้องโหดไปนะ
20 baht.
20 baht,
20 baht, 40 baht. I could make a couple 100 baht a day.
Because the student cannot earn money.
Oh,
The
really?
student have a little money.
Right. That's why they're adopting the teaching principles of Finland. No fines. Everybody shows up on time. Any other questions about the words here? Short search, looked around quickly. Return, bring back. Borrow, take something for a period of time. Not steal it and keep it forever, but borrow. May I borrow the pen for a minute? Yes, of course.
Google.
ไม่ใช่อ่ะบางทีสับนี้ใช่ไหมอันนี้ดูคร่าวๆเฉย
โหดมากภาษาอังกฤษว่าอะไรโหดมาก
ๆเขี้ยวเขี้ยวมันเป็นอีเดียมอ่ะจะใช้คำไหนดีอีเดียมตัวเนี้ย
ตั้งคำถามไม่เป็นเลยโหดเนี่ยพี่ตั้งคำถามเวลาที่มาเลย
เส้นมันเยอะมาก
ลูกสาวเราสอนอยู่ที่มแม่ป้าหลวงในห้องเขาทำอะไร
เดี๋ยวเขาไม่ได้ทำ
มาใส่กัน
ฮะ
มาใส่กันมาใส่ทำโทษเก็บ
มาสายก็คุยในห้องได้ยินจากพี่โอ๊คเลย
มีดิ
อยากแนะนำดี
ผมมาใส่ที่ไหน
we go. The elderly man tripped on the curb. Is it hot? Be careful. Is it hot? Let it go for a minute. The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground. But two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very, very grateful or thankful for their help. The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground. But two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help. Okay.
The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground, but two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
Right. Very good. Two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very, 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 very grateful or thankful for their help. Okay.
The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground, but two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
He was very thankful for their help. A lot of people drop the P and it turns out to be help, but it's not. It's help. Help. The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground. But two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help. Go ahead.
The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground. But two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
Right, very good. He was very thankful for their help. Help. Okay.
The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground. But two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
He was very thankful for their help. Very good. The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. Okay.
The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground, but two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
Right, very good. Very thankful for the help. Stumbled forward, caught him, and prevented a fall. Okay.
The early man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground, but two passers-by crossed him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
Right, for their help. Help. Very thankful for the help. The elderly, the elderly man. Okay.
The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground, but two passers crossed him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
Right, very good. But two passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help. Okay.
The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. He stumbled forward and almost fell to the ground, but the passers-by caught him and prevented a fall. He was very thankful for their help.
Right, very good. Very thankful for their help. The elderly man tripped on the curb while crossing the street. Okay.
The elderly man struck on the curb while crossing the steps. Street. He stumbled forward and
almost fell
to the ground get to tough
passersby. Caught
him and prevented. Of course, he will very thankful for help.
For their help. Help. Not hell. It's not hell, it's help. There's a big difference. Help. Big difference. So the elderly man, an older man of a certain age, we won't say how old, just that he was older than young, old. An older man tripped. He tripped on the curb, the street curb. He's crossing. He tripped on the curb. You can take a trip or you can trip. In this case, he tripped on the curb as he was crossing the street. Crossing, and all of a sudden, he stumbled. He lost control. He was falling forward. He's stumbling forward and almost fell to the ground. But something happened. Two passers-by. What is a passer-by? Two passers-by. Two passers-by.
Here.
Not two ways. Two people. Yeah. When you're on the street, normally, you're not the only one on the street. There are people walking. It's not just you. So, a passerby would be if a situation occurs and somebody's walking by, he's a passerby when something happens. In the sense here, the man is stumbling forward. He's about to hit the ground. Now, two people happen to be walking by. They're not there because they know he's going to stumble. No, they're going maybe to the bus stop or something, and they're just walking along, talking to each other, and all of a sudden, here he comes. Oh, and they reach over. Oh, whoa. But two people that happen to be passing the scene, just there, nothing, no special reason, they're just walking somewhere. Two passers-by caught him and prevented, they stopped the fall. Instead of hitting the ground, they caught him. Prevented a fall. He was very thankful that he didn't break his nose and knock his teeth out or something like that on the cement. Very thankful for their help. Help. Many times I hear the word, it is pronounced hell, but it's help. There's a slight P at the end. Help. Not hell, help. I want to hell you. You want to hell me? What did I do? What? No, I want to help you. Help. Big difference. One letter, big difference.
Big difference.
Are there any questions about this? The pronunciation, the meaning of the words, passerby, trip, curb. To curb your activity. I want to curb your activity. I want to stop what you're doing. To curb something, to stop something. In this case, the curb is the little lift. As you cross the street, you step up onto the sidewalk on the curb. The curb keeps the water of the rain from running up all over the pavement. It runs in the gutter along the street.
Passerby, could be
You could be a passerby, one,
or two.
or if they're 10, they're passers-by. There are people that just happen to be walking on the street, of which, if you go out here, you'll see hundreds of people walking on the street. They are passers-by.
So we have to put the S in always, right?
No, unless there's only one. A